Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Coffee Talk with Soy, your new morning show where real talk happens every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Good morning, good morning. How y'all doing? How y'all doing in the cafe? Are you ready for some hot and steamy conversation this morning? What you drinking on? What you sipping on? Caramel macchiato? That's my favorite beverage right there. That's how I get my day started. Hot and steamy.
My mother and I had a fantastic relationship.
This is Steven, and I just wanted to share.
You should always be in a place where you're celebrated. Life is too short to stay somewhere and tolerate.
If you cannot help a person, don't hurt them, especially with women. Soy's just whole essence is to bring out the best in other people.
Something that touches other people, and that's what your show does. It doesn't. It's not just conversation as you started. It actually has a purpose.
Well, good morning, folks, and welcome to the show. It's your girl Soy, bringing you stimulating conversation to the Brew Nation. It's always a joyous occasion here in the cafe. Drink on it, think on it, let's talk now. If soy means I am, therefore you are. You are bold, beautiful, intelligent, amazing, and leaving your insecurities and inabilities to be tested, then arrested while you have real talk with Soy. Welcome to the cafe, y'all, where you can always come on in, and unapologetically be you. Where else can you go and just be who you are? Right here, every Saturday. Right here with your girl Soy. Every Saturday, just come right on in and be who you are. Come on in. There's room for you to bring your favorite morning beverage and be ready for some stimulating conversation every Saturday, and I'm happy to be here. I missed y'all last week. I did. I missed y'all last week. I missed being able to be around people, So last week I had an opportunity to hang out with one of my my best friend, my best friend of 40 years of friendship. It was her birthday, and I was there celebrating with her. So happy birthday, Kim. Kim Petaway. That's my girl. We it's a funny story about how we met. Well, my version of the story, I'm gonna say that for another show. But there is it's a funny story about how we met and at age 11. But we've been good friends since then, and that is something to cherish. So happy birthday. I love you, and I will see you soon. Happy birthday to the rest of you all who are celebrating your birthday season as well. My grandson turned 7, so happy birthday to him. He's the light of my life. I affectionately call him Tank. So happy birthday to him. He had a memorable birthday. With COVID, everybody having to just scale down and just be with those who are closest to you, for one. And you just kind of have to postpone all those big elaborate celebrations and just do something small, something intimate, but still to celebrate and enjoy yourself. So happy birthday to all of you. Stay safe, and remember to social distance as we phase into more birthday and holiday season. So, but I did miss y'all last week. And actually, I want to give an espresso shout out this week. And I'll be doing that every week. Shout out to someone. I just shout out to my best friend Kim and
Bluetooth
to my grandson.
Bluetooth, Aaron, Bluetooth, connected.
But I also want to do a shout out to Dale. Dale Johnson was on the show a couple of weeks ago, y'all, and she was on the show talking about a mission that she's doing. Her mission is Dale Be Angels, which she is a foster parent to some kids in her group home, teenage girls, I think between the age of 13 to 19. And she was trying to create, she did create a program relating to coffee. There'll Be Angels is what it is. So you can Google There'll Be Angels. I'll post it right here on the Facebook site as well so people can see it. So There'll Be Angels.
Bluetooth disconnected.
And
Bluetooth Aaron,
and she
Bluetooth
is
connected.
everything's going on, and she is trying to raise money to help the foster kids with things that they need outside of what they get in the foster care program. So y'all check that out. You buy coffee for a cause. I sampled the coffee a few weeks ago. Great product. So reach out to They'll Be Angels, and we'll put that on there. So good morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I see all my folks tapping in. And what y'all sipping on? What y'all sipping on? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, my Facebook group. Come on through. Come on through. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. All right, y'all. So listen. So this show we have this morning is I think we're gonna scratch the surface of some issues, but I think it's time for this topic. Our title is, well, before I get into a title, let me just say this. Nothing is more important to us than feeling loved and being loved. Some of us find that in different things that we do in life, right? You find that with the kind of work that you do. Some of us in love with our career, and that's what we focus on. That's what we do. Some of us find this extra sense of joy in parenting and committed and devoted to our kids, and that's a beautiful thing. And some of us are really into our relationships, which we should be. And you find all the joy in that. But then it comes a time where there's some bumps in the road. Hopefully it didn't start out that way. But then there comes a time where there's some bumps in the road. But I'm not saying you should throw in the towel. That's not my call to make. But I want to point out some things in the relationship that may be cues that you're in a selfish relationship. Nothing is more important than having someone to give you the sense of pleasure, make you feel like you're alive. And I don't think anything hurts than to realize that you are in a relationship with someone, and in the relationship you still feel lonely. You feel alone and you're with someone and you still feel lonely. That's a sign. That's a sign there. And don't take it lightly. Don't take it lightly. But that is a sign. And so what we're going to do is just talk through some signs, some signs that may show up in your relationship. Okay. Nothing makes a relationship more imbalanced than selfish behavior. We all can and will be selfish at some point in our lives, especially when we want something badly. However, if being selfish is a constant occurrence in your relationship, it's probably time to take notice and make a decision. There must be a state of balance, right, that assures the harmony is in the loving relationships. In today's show, we plan to point that out and show the telltale signs of being in a selfish relationship. So while listening to the show, ask yourself, is this self-love or just plain selfishness controlling your relationship? All right, so here I did some research, y'all. I did some research because I wanted to bring you some facts. You understand what I'm saying? Good morning, Terry. I see you. Good morning, Stephanie. Hi, honey. Hi, Steph. Good morning. Good to see you. I see you, Butchie, all the way from the Chi-Town. Thanks for tuning in with me this morning. So I want y'all to participate with this conversation with me and tell me, what do you think about this? So this is what I found. One of the first signs of recognizing that you are in a selfish relationship is your partner is always nagging and belittling you. Always nagging and belittling you. Now, there's a difference between someone pushing and pulling you to reach out, to reach your goals, and kind of being your cheerleader, and being on your team. But then there's another thing to someone making you feel worthless, and that when you're not obtaining these goals, they nag you about it. They constantly pointing out things that you don't do correctly, reminding you of things that you're not good at, and don't give you that support. The focus can only be on what they feel you are worth and not what you feel you are worth. It's not really about your accomplishments. It's about how they see you and what they see for you, where the focus is not you and your view of yourself is their view of you or their perception of where you should be. Your partner is always nagging and belittling you. That's a sign. That's a sign. The relationship can't be one-sided, y'all. It can't be one-sided. That's what they say. So here's number 2. I want y'all to stew on that. Stew on that. Stew on that. Sip your coffee on that. Sip your beverage and let that simmer. All right, here's the next one for you to percolate on. Your partner believes that what he or she does is more important. Your partner believes that what he or she does is more important. Good morning, Kelly. I see you. Thanks for hanging out with me in the cafe. We're talking about selfish partners in a relationship. We're trying to point out these behaviors so we can identify them, right? So number two, your partner believes that what he or she does is more important. So selfish people do not waste their energies considering the needs of another, even those in the life of your partner. They want what they want and believe what they have is right for you, right? So they put themselves first, and that's the difference between being, self-love and being selfish. You know, they put their needs first. So your partner believes that what he or she wants is more important than what you want. And you ever been with someone who's trying to convince you of that? You know, they try to convince you, just hang in there, let them do what they do. Good morning, birthday girl. Shout out to my best friend, Kim. She just tuned in. Love you, honey. Did you miss your shout out? Are you just tuning in and missed your shout out? Y'all say happy birthday to Kim. Happy birthday, Kim. Happy birthday, Kim. Chapter 52 in the building. Y'all say happy birthday to her. Okay, so back to our notes. Okay, so your partner believes that what he or she wants is best for you, and you may find yourself in a debate trying to prove that to your partner, or as they prove to you that what they want is more important than what you want, especially when it's for you. Now, I'm gonna tell you, y'all, you may not be, there are some people who are really good at debating, and while they may not have a strong argument, their voice is loud. Don't be intimidated by that. You know, don't be intimidated by that. Some people are really good at debating, and by the time they're done, they can sell you water while you drowning because they just so good at it, right? But you have to just be confident in yourself, and you may be better at not really articulating or arguing with them in the moment. You may got to circle back and back down and think about it and find another way to readdress them. But don't get caught up and letting them persuade you that what is right for them is also right for you when you feel different. When you feel a strong sense of this is not right for me, I still don't feel satisfaction, I still don't feel that I'm getting nurtured, I still don't feel loved and respected, don't fall for it, okay? Don't fall for it. Just holler at your girl. I got something for you. I'm going to show you how to fight that and how to deal with that and how to address it. But today we're just pointing out what those traits are. Number three. Is your partner competitive and insecure? Is your partner competitive and insecure? Is your partner competitive and insecure? Do you find that when you do something, here come your partner got to do something? Now that can happen. Now, although I found this in research, I'm gonna point something out. And there was a time in my marriage when I was married, and my ex, rest in peace. There was a time where I was married, and I would find my husband had said this to me. He said, because I am task oriented, right? So I tend to not pay so much attention to what I'm doing. It's like the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, and it's good and bad to that. Sometimes I do feel like I'm getting a lot accomplished. However, sometimes when I'm not moving through my task, I feel that I wasted a whole day, or I wasted time, and not really acknowledging that some tasks take longer than others, and it requires a little more. So you can't always measure it about how much you do. So I fall into that path.
Bluetooth disconnected. Bluetooth pairing.
But let me tell you how I, at one point,
Bluetooth connected.
I'm
Bluetooth
gonna have to
disconnected.
disconnect that.
Bluetooth pairing.
At one point, my husband said to me, "Can you stop doing this?" Because he felt like, as the man, every time I make one step, he had to make two. So he had to, find his way of being the man in a relationship. So he had to have more accomplishments than me. So I would do one thing, he had to do two things, and it would be a time, and it's a season for everything. So it may be my season to harvest and to grind. That's just my season. And then it's gonna be time for me to lay back and chill. Well, this is my season to grind. And so he would say, what, can you just fall back and not do it? Because I'm tired. I'm tired of trying to keep up with you. So now I've learned, and that I'm sharing with you, that we should not be competing with our partners. There is healthy competition at times, where it helps you strive. They say, if you're not the smartest person in your group, you need to get with some smarter people. So sometimes you do want to do that, be in a setting where people are holding you accountable, as Kim always say, holding you accountable and encouraging you to move forward, encouraging you to keep going. That's the healthy competition. But when they're competing against you to stay on top of you, only to keep belittling you, then that's a different kind of competitiveness that you want to be careful about, because it shouldn't be jealousy. It shouldn't be that. Jealousy is a disease. It's not a loving, healthy condition. It is a disease. And that is the difference. And another thing I want to say about that is that when you're immature and emotionally, you often find yourself gravitating to that. So be careful about jealous behavior and identifying jealous behavior in your partner. That's an insecurity and a level of immaturity within them. So don't let that transition into you. Okay. What if your partner doesn't really apologize for their behavior? They never apologize. Your partner never apologizes. They say that another sign of being in a selfish relationship is that your partner doesn't apologize. This is a big one. If your partner can't say, "I am sorry," when they have done something offensive or hurtful, it's a sign that they might suffer from a narcissist disorder. Wow, that's what research says. Moral value does not exist in the psychological disorder. The narcissist doesn't know resentment or wrongdoing. It's always all about them. You are not important enough to stop from seeing their mistakes. You are not important enough for them to stop seeing their own mistakes. It's just about them. It's just about them. Now, I'm not saying that your partner doesn't love you. Don't get this twisted. I'm not saying that, because as I said in the beginning, sometimes we all can be a little selfish at times, but these are just little things to pull out, to identify, so that if you and your partner are going into a negative space, you can identify some of these traits and rectify them. Okay, so that everyone feels loved, supported, your relationship can flourish, and that kind of thing. So we just finished talking about identifying behavior in our partner. But I want to flip the script for you for 1 second, if I could. How are we doing on time? All right, let's run into this commercial break real quick. And I want to do a self-test with you to find out if you are indeed the selfish one in a relationship. Not your partner, but maybe it's you. Maybe it's you.
Have you heard sponsorships are requested? Coffee Talk with Soy is looking for dynamic entrepreneurs like yourself. If you're motivated, energetic with a message or product, consider advertising with us. It's a win-win. For more information on those advertising and sponsorship packages, visit the website Coffee Talk with Soy or call me at 515-I-GOT-SOY. And again, that's 515-I-GOT-SOY.
All right, y'all, we're going to try and flip the script real quick, right? We're going to flip the script real quick. And Stephanie says, Stephanie, you know some true narcissists, Stephanie? Yes. Yeah. And you know what? When I first read what a narcissist was, I just thought it was just textbook stuff. And it's like, yeah, okay. You know, and but I did not really understand that these kind of behaviors really exist in people walking the land. I thought it was just, you know, a little far-fetched, but there are people who are really, really just into themselves. And real quick, little sidebar, you ever telling someone a story, you're telling them what happened to you, and before you can finish telling them the story, they start telling you about what happened to them? It's like, we're not even talking about you. What can I tell my story? You ever tell someone, hey, I went here, no matter where you went, what you've done, what you experienced, they did it. They've done it already. Or they know someone have done it, and they don't even allow you the opportunity to tell your story. They got to damn near throw a wrench in there and take over your platform and tell their story, right? True narcissist behavior. All about themselves. Good morning, Sharon Washington. Hey, P3 Solutions is in the building. Shout out to her. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Sharon. All right, thank you. Let's see what Tyree got a comment. What you say, Ty? What if your partner goes over and beyond to make sure you are happy in order to please themselves? Is that selfish behavior? That's a good question. Here is my response to that. If they are truly indeed happy by serving, you know, their partner, going over and beyond may seem over and beyond to others, but it just may be the character of that person and what they do. Their over and beyond could be normal to them, right? Their over and beyond could be normal to them. But if they, so it may not be overboard to them, because that's what they do. But the thing about it is making sure that you are pleased, that making sure in return you feel loved, in return you feel respected, in return you feel honored. And I think that that's okay. What y'all think about that? Because I like to go over and beyond too. I feel I go over and beyond, but it's me. You know, I want people in my circle. I want my mate to feel respected. You know, I like to cater and spoil my man. You know, I like to cook for them. Truly, you know, this is me serving them. And I enjoy it. You know, I like to plate the food and make it look real cute, and you know, give them a little sexy meal. You know, I like to do this kind for them because I see my man as my king. So this is what I do. Now, and in return, the way that he returns that is that once we leave the house, I go in the queen mode. You know, I like doors open and closed for me. You know, I like my chairs pulled out, you know, to be seated. Yes, to pull out my chair. I want you to make sure that I'm taken care of, because it is me feeling protected in your space. I don't want people having access to me. I need to feel protected. Y'all ever know how sometimes when you're with a man, and I know that this used to be taught when I was being raised, that the women will walk on the inside and the men will walk on the outside. Like if you are walking down the street, the man will automatically adjust himself. So if you with a man who does that, he was raised right. So some of our little guys don't know that. But if you with a man who adjust himself when he's walking with you, And even if it's not your man, but if he's the man in the group and he knows this, he's going to position himself because he takes on the role as the protector. That's a good sign. And that's another show. But that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Oh, we got a lot of comments. Comments. Interesting question. All right, so back to quizzing ourselves, y'all. Okay, right. So here are a couple of questions, just to ensure that you are not the one who is being selfish in the relationship. Okay. So here's what my research rendered. Quiz yourself. Are you the selfish one in a relationship? Do you expect your partner to listen to you vent, but you don't offer the same in return? Do you expect your partner to listen to you vent, but you don't offer the same in return? Quiz yourself. Quiz yourself. All right. I want y'all to do well. I want everybody to get 100. Quiz yourself. Are you okay? Do you expect your partner to listen to you vent, but you don't offer the same in return? Here's the next one. Quiz yourself. Do you give your partner the silent treatment instead of tackling difficult conversations in a mature way? Now, I think I need to read the follow-up to this because I want people to get this. I'm going to read it again. Do you give your partner the silent treatment instead of tackling difficult conversations in a mature way? Okay. It is self-centered to not make an attempt to communicate when you are hurt or angry at your partner. Tough conversations often come up in a romantic relationship. You put your partner through a lot of distress when you refuse to talk. Interesting. I just had a reflection of a conversation I had early this week about this same thing. And I believe the person said that sometimes it's not good to talk when you're upset. They may need a cool down period before they're ready to speak about it. And I guess that's an accurate. I guess that's in real talk. I guess it makes sense. But don't put your partner in distress by refusing to talk to them. So that is, if you do that, they say that you could be the selfish one, because I think you owe it. I think we owe it to people who love us to show them how to love us, you know, and if we don't express that we're not happy or things we don't like, if we don't find a way to communicate that to our partner, how do they know? How do they know we're upset? How do they know, you know, we like our butter, you know, we like things buttered a certain way if we don't tell them. So I think we owe it to our loved ones to tell them and to teach them how to love and care and respect and treat us. So I get that. All right. So moving right along. Another question to quiz yourself. Do you get pissed when your partner makes plans that don't involve you? Do you get pissed when your partner makes plans that don't involve you? Look at Stephanie and Terry and James taking the test. I know that's right. Do you get... Now, Stephanie, I don't think you are selfish in a relationship. I mean, I've never been in the same sex relationship, nor do I have a desire to do so. But I'm just saying, Stephanie seemed like a sweet, giving, caring person. So I can't see you being selfish. I think you probably give too much. I probably tell you, like, reel it in. But so that is the next question. Do you get pissed when your partner makes plans that don't involve you? Kim said no. You said no, Kim, because you already got your own plans. You like, go ahead. Go ahead. Do you get pissed when your partner make plans that don't involve you? I mean, I think that it is healthy, y'all, when we spend time outside of our partner. Because I'm gonna tell you what happened. You get a reality check, right? Because you ever be so like when you, I I know with me, when I'm around certain people, you observing the situation and you're having these conversations, and you almost measure yourself in the environment you in about what's going on. And so you could be in a conversation and people are talking, and I know, guys, I know y'all know this too. You can be around some people and they be saying some crazy shit, and you be like, oh my God. And you can just hear that and think like, wow, I'm glad I'm not there. Sometimes you can hear situations or stories or how things played out, and you can realize that, wow, I used to be there and I'm not there anymore. And it's a sign of growth, in that moment. Or you can hear a situation, or there's, somebody's talking about what they experienced, and you can realize, wow, I listen, let me talk to you. Let me holler at you. Let's exchange numbers. I want to learn more about that. And you see that there's areas of growth for you. So I think being in the midst of other people, you get to measure, where you are. And because, when you home, or you with your partner, or you with your family, you just doing what you do. But when you take yourself out of certain elements and place yourself in certain places, you get to test really how mature you are, how intelligent you are, how far you've come, or where else you want to go. And I think that's the reality check of being in certain environments. You can realize that, wow, you're sitting around in the club, you're like, dang, I used to do this, and everybody in the club, is 20 something, and you realize that you're the oldest one in there, like the damn parent. Like, why are you still hanging out with the 20 something year old kids when some of your kids may be in there, they're friends? Like, then this is the thing where, oh, I used to do that and I've outgrown that and I'm doing some other things now. So I think that putting yourself in different environments is a good way to kind of test, where you are. And then you can take that back home and do whatever it is you want to do with it. I'm good. I'm proud of where I am. Or damn, I got some work to do. But I think that's a good telltale sign. So let them go ahead and make plans to go ahead out there and do something and see how they feel when they come back home. Is it all what you thought it was? Is it all what it's cracked up to be? A couple of more questions for you just to test yourselves, y'all. Here you go. Are you overly critical of your partner's friends and family? Are you overly critical of your partner's friends and family? Now, this can create a troubling imbalance in your relationship where one person becomes the controller of who's in and who's out. It also implies a sense of superiority on the part of the partner. So, sometimes you have that partner who's critical of your friends, and they get to say who you should, and the family, who can come over, who can't come over. And they really don't have a good justification as to why, And besides, that's your responsibility, and that's your relationship to manage with your family. And sometimes it can get a little messy when things do happen, and your partner needs to say who can come and who can't. Sometimes it's for you to speak up and deal with whatever that issue is. But when your partner does it, it can be controlling and selfish, unless you are the person who just don't know how or choose not to speak up. But that's another whole show, y'all. That's another whole cup of coffee. All right. Okay. Here's the last one. When your partner doesn't get his or her way, they threaten to end the relationship, even though they don't mean it. Even though they don't mean it. They always talking about they're going to break up, they're going to leave, or when I leave. Every time they get mad, this is what they say, right? This is what they say, even though they're really not going to leave or want to leave. But this is their way of controlling the relationship by placing these empty threats. All right. So test yourself. I didn't see nobody answer that. Terry, Stephanie, Kim, y'all stop talking about that. When you don't get your way, do you threaten to end a relationship even if you don't mean it? Nobody said nothing about that. All right, well, y'all have fun with those questions and that quiz. Where I found this was an interesting article that I was reading and wanted to share this. This is actually has been pieces of conversation that have come up with me over the past week, And I just thought it was worth sharing. So I am going to share this link. Um, I'm going to share this link. I'm laughing, y'all, because I'm reading these posts, and y'all are hilarious. Kim says she's taking the 5th on that. Okay, she can do that. It's her birthday. She can take the 5th. But I'm gonna share this link because I want y'all to test this and quiz yourself and kind of see where you are. And let me check my little post before I exit the show. Terry says, I'm not in a relationship, so I'm going to hold my opinions. But Terry, no, that's the best time because, listen, you can get ready. Some of us need to get ready. And Terry, you may need to get ready. Some of us may need to get ready. You're not in a relationship, but you can practice on some of those skills, Practice with yourself. Practice on some of those skills so that when you get there, you'll be ready for it. So, yeah, that's no excuse. There's no excuse to be selfish. So practice on some of these things so that when this lucky woman falls in your lap, well, I shouldn't have said that. No, nobody falls in your lap. So when you're when this woman, queen, as you often refer to women, crosses your path, you'll be prepared to love, respect, to keep her and hold her, and to make her feel safe. Make her feel safe. Wow. I found that I was taking the test, y'all. I didn't cheat. So I took the test with you. I made some notes, and I'm going to work on some things too, because we all want to be better and want to make sure that we're not being selfish. And there's a difference between being selfless and being selfish. And we all want to just make sure that we are being treated, loved, cared for in a fair manner, and ensuring that our partner feels the same. So if you are the person who are observing these acts from your partner, remember you owe it to them to be honest with them and to share with them how you feel. And if you are the person that you found within yourself that you're being a little selfish, to take a moment to re-examine that. And that's not to say, I'm gonna say this real quickly before I close. Sometimes when we get into relationships with people, we sometimes compare them to relationships of the past. And there may be certain things about us that remains the same, but you're loving someone or with someone totally different. And their background is totally different. So that there are times where you're going to come out of your shell. They're going to come out of their shell. And the unique thing about it is that you create a new place for the two of you. Some things that you've done in the past may have been good and great, and you can bring them along with you into this new level of love, even in the same relationship. When you've been with someone for years, you grow in them. Y'all grow together. And so hopefully the communication, life skills allow you to keep communicating and sharing and talking about ways to make it better, if there's a way to make it better within you. And if not, you have to make some different decisions. But all in all, everyone deserves to be loved, cherished. You should be with the person who does that for you. And if not, don't imprison the two of you in a selfish relationship where no one's happy and no one wants to be in it. What's the point? What's the point? But be brave enough to believe in yourself, to believe in love, and to know that you deserve better. You deserve the best. You deserve the best. And so just make sure you're with the person who's trying to give you their very best. And with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna have to go ahead and exit. My producer is reminding me of the time, but do keep the conversation going on Facebook, offline, and on Twitch. I'll be hanging out with you for a little while later, just to kind of tap into some more conversation and share some more tips about ensuring that you are not in a selfish relationship. All right. Okay, y'all, that's my time. That's my time. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all the texts I'm getting. I appreciate your engagement with the show. Don't forget to visit the website, Coffee Talk with Soy. fill out the contact form, y'all, and tell me what you think about the show. If there are some topics that you think I should be covering, I'll be happy to do that. If there are guests, people that that just got some amazing stories or products or services that they want to share, have them to hit me up, coffeetalkwithsoy.com. You can find me and you can find the contact form. Always looking to promote our Black businesses as we approach this holiday season where everyone is going to be shopping. We want to help direct traffic to our Black business entrepreneurs to help, give them the support that they need. So visit the website, hit me up on the contact form, as well as share your business experiences, mama, dad, sister, cousin, anyone that you know who have some amazing products or services. Tell them to visit the site and to share that information so we can help market our businesses. All right. It's been a good show. And I look forward to seeing y'all next Saturday here with your girl, Soy. I'm out. Bye-bye.
I just love this show, Coffee Talk with Soy. That is your new morning show where real talk happens every Saturday at 10 a.m. I'd like to thank the listeners and the guests for joining me in the cafe today. What a wonderful time we had. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Don't forget to download the app Coffee Talk with Soy from your app store. It's available on iTunes and Google Play. Stay connected, folks, by visiting the website, coffeetalkwithsoy.com, as well as looking for us under your social media sites. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram under the name Coffee Talk with Soy. Remember, the size of the problem is never the issue. Remember, it's the size of you. Be great because you are awesome. Tell them Soy said so. Thanks for listening. Have a great week. Bye-bye.